Welcome to episode 174 of the Muck Podcast, a member of the Odd Pods Media Network. Listen in as we discuss the dark and sometimes weird true stories in American politics. I'm Tina Jaramillo.
And I'm Hillary Dougherty.
Hillary. Pretty in.
Oh, yay!
Isn't she?
I have to tell you. Oh, thank you. I feel like Molly Ringwald in an amazing 80s teen drama.
Oh my God.
I'm always going to be part of the Brat Pack.
Ooh.
And here I am.
Here you are.
Here I am. 20 years, 30 years too late. God damn it. Is it 40? No. Is it 40 years too late? No, 30 years. There, please, God. Let it be 30 years too late.
No, I think it's 40.
I don't like math.
It's 40, I think. Oh, shit.
Yeah. Where's the Irish cream? I forget that my hair is pink. I mean, I fucking love it. Tina walked in. She's like, "This is it, girl." I'm like, "I know."
Gorgeous.
I think I'm just gonna keep it pink all the time.
Do it.
Yeah.
Who cares?
But I don't care. I love it. And so, but I forget. And so 2 times, I told you one of them, I ran into somebody that we know at Publix, and he had his daughters with him, and the girls were probably like 5 years old. And the little one had blonde hair and these beautiful like glasses, so her eyes were really big. And she goes, "You have pink hair." And I was like, "Yeah, I do." She goes, "You have pink lipstick." And I was like, I'm like a rock star to this kid. I'm like, yeah, fans. And then I went to Walgreens a couple days ago, and this guy walked past me, and his eyes were really big, and he goes, "Oh, your hair is so nice. It's very cool." He's like an older guy, and I was like, "Thanks."
Hey, I like it.
All the demographics. That's what I'm saying. I'm hitting all the bullet points here. All the age groups. They all love the pink hair.
All the different gens.
Yeah, they like it. They like it. So, you know. It's my favorite color my hair has ever been, I think. I've been every color. This is the one.
You.
Thank you. Well, that's all we got for you today.
Okay, bye.
I actually wanted to tell. This is going to be a very short podcast because Tina and I are also going on strike as writers. So,
unless
we're not getting any material. I don't know if you know this, but people write this material for us. So we're going on strike.
Yep.
We're part of the Writers Guild of America. Can you believe it, Tina?
I know.
We're writers. You always have been.
We are doing this show.
Yeah, we write our own jokes. Can you believe it? This show's not going to shut down for a writer's strike.
God damn it. Help us out.
I know. It's so funny.
Can you just share this podcast with people you know?
I was telling somebody about, we ran into a friend of yours, and she was saying she can't listen to the podcast because I scream the F word all the time. And it was really funny. And she's like, "Please, don't scream the F word." And I was like, when people tell me, it's not the first time, what to say or not to say on the podcast, I'm losing my mind, because I was like,
but your response was so funny. You're like, "Oh, I'm gonna take a note and throw it in the garbage."
Yeah, I went like, "This is my visible piece of paper," and threw it over my shoulder. "Thanks for your note." And then she told me to go fuck myself, which fucking made me laugh so hard. I was dying.
I love
She's
her.
like, "Oh," but she turned away and then turned back. "Oh, by the way, go fuck yourself." And I was like, "This lady's the best."
She is amazing. She's amazing and lovely, and I adore her.
But I was thinking in that moment, I am like, I think that my performance on this podcast is like, don't tell me how to perform my art. Like, that's how almost offended I get, where I'm just like, don't tell me how to perform my podcast to the best of my podcast ability. How dare you criticize my art?
The thing is, and I think I've said it before on the show, is that if you were a man, I don't think people would say it as much.
Maybe.
I don't think they would. I
have listened to shows or listened to things and someone's saying F all the time, like fuck about whatever, and I go, it's too much. Now, I say it in a fun way. I say it in a way where I'm angry.
Or you're raging.
And I'm angry, but sometimes just like, hey, or it's a joke. I don't know. I don't know if the show's for kids. Now, our dear friend Kate,
Yes.
She texted me the other day and she goes, "Oh, I was listening to this podcast with her son," and I'm like, "What?" It was one of the like what's the filthy? I said, "Kate, please, I love your children. I don't want them to think I'm some sort of a monster. I mean, this is insane. Please don't let your kids listen to the Muck podcast."
But if they're, teenagers and above.
Oh, yeah. But I think that he also he's probably as annoyed by all of it as my daughter is. Do you know what I mean? She doesn't want to hear about it. She doesn't want to talk about it,
My kids, they're kind of like, my oldest is, sort of rolls his eyes about the whole thing.
Yeah. My daughter's in a law class and she's like, "Oh, we're doing immigration law right now." And I was like, "Oh," I said, "Oh," she's talking about illegal, people who are illegal. We say undocumented. And she's like, "Oh God, here we go." And I'm like, "Well, let's talk about all of this." I don't know. I've always got something to say. It's not one of my best qualities, but it's one of them.
I have to tell you that my youngest was at the pool and some other kid was taunting him with, "You're gay, you're gay, you're gay."
Oh.
And my son said, "That's really offensive to people who might be gay, and you shouldn't." Yeah.
Dang.
So I said to him, he goes, "You shouldn't say that kind of stuff because it's like, it's not funny." And the kid was just like, "Okay," and gave him a thumbs up.
That's the right answer. It's the right answer.
So proud of him.
But he's also secure in who he is as a human being.
Proud
you
of
should
him.
be. He's also very secure.
Said something.
Yeah, that he can absolutely.
I was like,
yeah,
"Oh, baby."
But, by the way, my kids have heard this too. Like, we're still
using
100 years later, we're teasing people saying you're gay as a tease. Who gives a shit?
As if it's an insult.
It's
and
so stupid.
It's not
it's
right.
so stupid.
Oh my God.
So dumb. Really, you should be going, "You're straight. You're straight." Let's pick on the straight people.
Yeah,
Fuck those motherfuckers. Oh, girl, we need to get into this.
Okay,
we're recording 2 episodes tonight. And we have karaoke.
Yeah.
And we need to get to it. Which I think I'm gonna wear a special outfit to karaoke.
Oh.
And that I might wear on the next episode, maybe to preview my karaoke.
Okay. I'm just changing my shirt and then I'm gonna change back into this.
I'm here to amuse myself.
I need outfits though.
Oh, that's what I'm just gonna do. Let's do a fun outfit. So, speaking of fun outfits, let's get into what's happened in Florida this week. When I mean fun outfit, I mean how are we going to disguise ourselves and get the fuck out of here? Yes. What cute outfit are you going to wear when you run for the hills out of Florida? Because this motherfucker has been busy. So today, or yesterday, May 4th was the last day of session. Thank God. But that doesn't mean special sessions won't be coming. Who knows what else they could call back. He is signing bills left and right. So as of now, this is coming out Wednesday. Wednesday the 10th. Yeah. So between here, which is the 5th and the 10th, some of these bills might get signed. But here's some that that have passed that he has not signed yet. The expansion of the Don't Say Gay, which now last year was through 3rd grade, and now it goes through 8th grade. Next session, it will go through high school. It bans instruction of sexual orientation and gender identity. Also added to this was preventing teachers and school staff from using the students' preferred pronouns. So you're not allowed to do that. If a student said, "Please call me they," you can't do it.
I don't understand. Jonathan comes to class, he wants to be called Johnny. Margaret comes to class, she wants to be called Peg. You know what I mean? Like, I don't get it. I don't get it either. And it's not a big deal. They're making big deals about stupid shit.
Well, and also, it's something that sometimes schools are the safest place that these kids feel comfortable being themselves, right? Like when they go home, they can't go by the name that they have to go by their name that their parents gave them, or identify with whatever gender their parent, and it's not a safe place to use the pronouns. So sometimes going to school is the only place where they can actually feel comfortable and be who they are, how they identify. So
and being around young people are very well versed in understanding LGBTQ.
Of course, this generation more than any.
Yes, more than any. And it's like, so now we're going to go backwards. And the only sort of hope there is that these kids have grown up and know it, and they can at least teach and fight back. Like
that's ridiculous. So that's one. Another one that has passed, but he has not signed yet, is this revision on Resign to Run. We've talked about Resign to Run many times on the podcast. It's a law here in Florida that if you are going to run for a seat and you're already an elected official, you have to resign from the seat that you're sitting in to run for the seat. And there's a 96-page elections package that would, and a part of this would allow DeSantis, they changed this for him, to run for president without resigning as governor of Florida. And of course, that means he will continue to use taxpayer dollars to fly all over the country while we are sitting here drowning.
And his other bill where we can't know what he's doing and what, you know.
They're going to hide his travel log. They're going to hide who he's meeting with.
It's very convenient.
Yeah.
And the people that are voting for this, the people that are voting for this, because it's not for every seat in the state of Florida.
No,
it's limited.
Yeah.
Very conveniently. Very conveniently limited. And these people are voting for it. And you've said it before in here, like somehow they think that DeSantis is going to walk into the White House and they're going to get appointments and they're going to be special. He doesn't give two shits. And you're going to destroy our fucking state for the sake of this egomaniac. I mean, he's probably not going to win.
We don't even have to look for an example of or imagine what could happen. It literally happened. He was in Ohio at a book signing and this entire Fort Lauderdale was underwater.
And he didn't care.
Thousands of people have lost their homes, are out of homes, or living in homes with actively growing mold. He has never come down here. That happened 3 weeks ago. I mean, we don't need to look for an example. There's an example of what's going to happen.
If it was a Republican county, he would have been there.
Absolutely. He was right over there in Lee County. So also in this elections bill, it places new restrictions on Florida voters and who need to re-register, and also third-party registration groups, which a third party is like League of Women Voters. They're registered with the state to collect voter registrations. And it used to give you'd get someone would give you their voter registration form. You have 2 weeks to turn it in. That's now down to 10 days. And also you have to give whoever you're registering, you have to give them a receipt.
Oh my God.
And then also there is a penalty if you turn them in late. These groups would have to pay a penalty. The other thing that has passed, which is very dangerous, but he has not signed it yet, but he probably will, is the transgender bathroom bill, which I can't believe for 10 years we've been doing this bullshit. Prohibiting transgender children from receiving gender-affirming treatments. They added an amendment which actually passed that if there's a child here who's currently in gender-affirming treatment, they are allowed to continue. But nobody else. Nobody new. It also bans transgender people from using a bathroom in a government building that does not match their biological sex. Now, Representative Rayner had a great example. Yeah. She has short hair. She's like, what if I were to go into a bathroom that is a women's bathroom, but because of the way that I'm presenting and my biological sex is female,
what are they going to?
Someone's going to stop me. Yeah, someone's going to stop me, and she's like, "How do I prove that I'm a woman? Do I have to carry my freedom papers?" She kept calling them freedom papers because that's how you'd have to move through. And during Jim Crow, to show that you were a free person. Like, are we doing that again? Does she have to carry her birth certificate around to use the bathroom somewhere? Where? And it's so vague that you don't know. And you don't know what someone would be able to do.
Who's patrolling this?
Right.
It's going to be who?
It's ridiculous.
Who? There's going to be someone in the bathroom going, get out, get out, get out, get out, and like
so many of these laws are so vague that
it's dangerous for people.
You don't know where it lies, right? You don't know. Just like stand your ground. Anybody's using it, just throwing it against the wall and see what sticks. The same thing with this. Who's going to stop a father who sees somebody walk into a bathroom that it's presenting male but is female, like maybe is, you know what I mean, and from pulling that person out of the bathroom and don't go near my child. This is to prevent transgender people from going to the bathroom. So here are some bills that he's passed.
Can we pass a bill to prevent children from going into religious institutions where they're, repeatedly molested? Can that be a bill?
So here's some things that that's passed that he signed. We've already talked about the 6-week abortion ban, concealed carry without a permit. He signed something that eliminated unanimous decisions for the death penalty. Mm-hmm. This is all from Marjorie Stoneman Douglas and how he did not get the jury did not give that murderer a death penalty. So now there has to be they've gotten rid of unanimous jury.
I wanted to comment on the 6-week abortion ban, because I don't know if you saw I believe it's Planned Parenthood that is putting together.
Yeah, I was going to talk about that.
Okay.
Go ahead.
They're putting together a campaign to put abortion on the ballot to try to circumvent what the governor is putting forward. And I believe it would be up to 20 or 12 weeks?
It was 24.
24 weeks, yeah. Up to 24 weeks. And it already passed, I believe, in Alabama. And they said that Florida's next. So I am here for that.
Yeah, so they have to get Planned Parenthood.
Here for that.
It came out today that Planned Parenthood and other partner organizations confirmed their intent to spend millions of dollars as they seek to gather roughly 890,000 valid signatures by February 1st.
I will help with that.
Absolutely.
I will get
here
people
for
to
it.
sign.
The people are pro-choice.
Yeah.
They're not anti-abortion. And so if we can get it on the ballot, but here's the problem in Florida, is that even when you work that hard and get it on the ballot,
they'll find a
it goes and it now becomes law, right?
Yeah.
It goes to Tallahassee, and Tallahassee picks it apart. And so they did that with legalizing marijuana. We voted to legalize marijuana 10 years ago or something.
The Amendment 4.
Amendment 4, which restores the voting rights of returning citizens. They picked apart that and added a poll tax. So even if this passes, which I think that it could, and I'm absolutely going to choose to giving all of my time.
Yeah.
I will be everywhere gathering signatures for this.
I'll do it.
So once this happens, it gets on there. Who knows what happens in the end, but I think it would prove a point, because this 6-week abortion ban, I mean, I really can't read what's happening in the country as far as DeSantis, but all of these top political people are saying his campaign is going down in flames right now. Yeah. And it started with signing the 6-week abortion ban. That is not popular across the country.
And that 6-week ban, I'm sure you heard the story of that with that poor woman who was pregnant and the fetus was not viable, like the kidney, there were like lacking organs or something, and she had to carry that baby to term because she did not have the funds to leave work and to leave the state, and had to then know that she's giving birth to a baby that's going to suffer for 3 minutes and die in her arms. It's horrific.
Yep.
It's horrific enough that she would have to go through this for a baby that she did want, but we're going to put her life at risk, because I think she also was at risk for preeclampsia, which is a life-threatening condition for some women, right? What are we doing? For what? For your stupid, like, religious beliefs? Like, it's for your political campaign, your presidency? It's so... And he's so dishonest, because he doesn't give a fuck.
He doesn't care.
He doesn't care.
He also signed a capital sexual battery. So if you sexually abuse a child or rape a child and you're an adult, like, you know, pedophilia, but you're, you know, sexual assault against a child, it's automatic death penalty. It's on the table. That's new. This is something that I keep reading about, and I'll figure out more about it behind the scenes, but also it's supposedly a very big deal. But Florida does investments, right? There's pensions here, and they invest our money. And so, like, they invest in a lot of Russia stuff, which people keep calling, like, why are we investing with Russia and these Russian companies?
It's dangerous, because this is like teachers, police officers, firefighters, state government employees.
Yes.
It's their money they're gambling with.
One of the laws that they passed, and he signed it, blocks Florida investments based on environmental, social, or governance. It also threatens banks and other financial institutions with sanctions if they deny business to people due to moral or political objectives. Political objections. So if somebody comes in and wants to, like, let's say it's the Proud Boys or something, and the bank's like, I don't think this is good. You can't do that.
Yeah, but I thought they also passed that other bill where if they the doctor bill, like for medical care, that if they don't like you for any reason, like not just being LGBTQ,
they can deny your care.
They can deny your care.
Yeah, that passed.
Isn't that great?
Yeah.
Like, you could go in and they go, wow, I don't like your pink hair, Hillary. Sorry, I can't treat you.
Right.
Good luck.
What kind of a fucking doctor is this?
I know. Fuck him.
Doesn't he know how cute I look right now? He's still messing with Disney, and he signed this. He just signed this today behind closed doors, no cameras, no fanfare. He just signed a bill. They are going to get more invasive in Disney's business. They're going to now oversee the transportation safety. They keep fucking with that monorail. Everybody likes that monorail, don't you? You like that monorail when you come to Disney? State's about to shut it down. That's what they're going to do.
This
They're going to be such a pain in the ass to Disney. And the only way to get over there is the monorail or the boat, I think. Like, right? So, like, what people come here to go. I mean, the monorail to me is a thrill. Yeah. I love the monorail.
Well, you know me, I don't.
I know. I used to say that was my favorite ride, was the monorail. They're going to fuck with you with that.
Take their family on vacation.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry, but Disney probably brings in a hella ton of money to this state.
Oh, forget it.
And to the Orlando area.
Oh yeah.
What are we doing? Like this is retaliatory.
Yeah.
And if this is what he's doing on a state level, what is he going to do on a national level to states? Say there's a natural disaster happens in California. Is he going to want to? You know what I mean? Like to the people who have gone up against him.
Yeah.
This is bad.
It also allows this board to review and void land agreements.
Who are these people on the board? Do they even have qualifications to even make decisions or understand what they're looking at?
There's a guy who's the chair of the board.
Oh.
And a few years ago,
tell me,
he said that if you drink tap water, it turns you gay.
Oh. Okay.
He also donated $1 million to DeSantis' campaign.
Tap water will turn gay.
Yeah.
And he's going to make decisions on it.
He's the one.
He doesn't seem like he's got all his marbles.
This is the genius, Bob Iger.
He doesn't have. Oh.
That genius. The other genius has to battle the evil gay water guy.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Two other things I just wanted to say real quickly. AOC has now officially come out and asked for Feinstein to step the fuck back.
Yep.
That's a big person.
Well, did you see that Feinstein though came back saying that as soon as she comes back, she's ready to put the judges through.
Yeah, right. That's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. Speaking of judges.
Oh
wait, you know what? Let's talk about Supreme Court in the next episode.
Okay.
But the last thing I wanted to say is
I have
that
on here too.
Yeah, the last thing because there's so much shit. It's so much with the Supreme Court.
More than one.
I think we could do one episode just talking about all that Supreme Court stuff. The last thing I want to say is I know I gave Biden a hard time in the last episode, but this motherfucker came out at that foreign correspondence dinner.
Oh, he was funny.
He was so funny. He was so funny that I was like, oh fuck. Yeah. I think
and he's got that. Remember, he's got that smile.
Yeah, and he did this. My sunglasses aren't here, but he did this thing where he's like, "All right, I'll let you guys say your jokes. I don't mind what you say, but Dark Brandon might." And he put his glasses on. I fucking died. Like to be able to pull off the timing of that, but also like to pick on Dark Brandon is so. Fucking, and she used the like "Let's go Brandon" shit that they're turning around to be Dark Brandon. It's so funny to me, but also he's like, I don't know about Dark Brandon. I was like, that I'll vote for you for that, just for that fucking joke. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. I'm here for Dark Brandon. I'm always Dark Hillary. I don't know how to take that off. How do you do that?
Oh my god.
All right. You are up to today's your episode.
Today's my episode.
All right.
I have to say, I've really enjoyed the switch to the 1-in-1.
Yeah, me too. Although when we record 2 episodes, we still have to do 2 stories.
Yeah, but it's not bad. It's not doing 2 and 2.
Well,
it's not doing
like
4.
Next week you'll have to do a story again. Or in 2 weeks.
Yeah. But who cares?
No, I don't care. No, I'm totally loving it.
It's like, it's cool. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Show meeting.
All right. So today,
yes,
I'm going to tell you the story of Tony Mack.
He better be an Italian, or I'm out of here.
No, but
damn it!
So the whole time there was an Italian though in the story.
All right, good.
And the whole time I was doing it, every time I hear Tony Mack.
Yeah, Mack the Knife.
No. Miss Mary Mack. Mack, all dressed in black, with silver buttons, all down her back.
I thought you were thinking about Mack the Knife.
Oh, Mack the Knife with the moon head. Do you remember that commercial?
Is that from McDonald's?
I don't remember. I just remember
damn it, Mack the Knife. I love that song, and I'm totally like, I gotta tell you, I think that I'm losing my mind.
It's a girl.
Bobby Darin.
Oh, Bobby Darin.
Fucking love Bobby Darin.
Oh. Okay, guys, are we ready? We got it. We got karaoke.
Oh yeah, we got karaoke.
All right. So,
do you know what song you're doing?
I do.
Okay.
There are like repeats, but I don't care. How about that? Okay, so
Catch Me Outside. You don't like Jerry Springer still fucking showing up. Oh, that was on. You can play that, girl. You can do like your
Oh my god.
Catch me outside. How about that?
Oh my. Didn't she like make t-shirts and shit? She probably
Girl,
made more
that makes so much fucking money. Yeah, fuck you, bitch. Catch me outside. How about that? Put on a shirt, Tina, that quote me on that.
Oh my god.
That
okay,
bitch she made a song, shit, music. People liked it.
Then she came out like...
She's an entrepreneur.
She came
Friday recording so fucked. All the time. It's so fucked. Oh, sorry.
Oh my god, I'm crying. Stop.
Oh, God.
Okay. Trenton Mayor Tony Mack was once a rising political star, but
Jersey?
His promising career was cut short when he was arrested on corruption charges. So,
Tony!
So this is a Jersey story.
Okay.
And for those of you who don't know, Trenton is the capital city of Jersey, and it's right smack dab in the middle of the state.
You know what? New Jersey? You know what? Nothing. I'm from Florida. I can't serve. I can't serve shit to anybody.
Maybe Ohio. But that's about it.
Down in Ohio,
swag in Ohio. Oh my god. Okay, so during my research, the one thing I found that I thought was really funny, that the city is famous for their pork rolls.
Yeah.
And it's like a salami kind of thing.
Yeah.
And they even used to have a pork roll festival every year.
Oh, well.
That was like really popular, but then COVID hit and it hasn't really come back since then. And I'm like, Jersey. Trenton. Bring it back. We'll go take a trip out there for the pork roll.
Pork roll. Do you have a vegan option?
I bet you they do.
Excuse me. You have a veggie option for the pork roll.
Oh my god. So from what I gathered from his wiki page, Mack grew up in Trenton, New Jersey, though he was born in Louisville, Georgia. In 1984, he attended Howard University.
Oh, hot.
I know. He earned a consumer affairs degree there, and he was active in sports, and he won like several awards along the way. Master's degree he earned from Farley Dickinson University in administrative science. So he, very well educated, sports star, like he is on a wonderful trajectory in life. And he got involved in politics pretty early as a Mercer County freeholder, which is basically a county commissioner. They just called them freeholders there. So he was elected in 1996, and he served on a ton of boards. He was, and I didn't list all of them, but some of them were the Airport Advisory Council, the Human Services Advisory Board, and he was also committeeman for the Democratic Party. So,
nice job.
Yeah, he's great job. So he's got all of this, experience, and he runs for mayor, and he wins. And when he won the mayor's seat, he had this to say, quote, "I'm blessed and humbled by this victory. It was a hard-fought battle that started some 6 years ago, almost culminating in a victory. It's a blessing, and I am humbled by the support and the fact that the citizens didn't give up on me." So that was a 2009 election. He takes office in 2010. And from the beginning, there was drama. So apparently when he took office, he fires a ton of people, like a bunch of like administrative heads in like city hall.
Can he do that as mayor?
He did. And he appoints his own people to these positions.
All right. First of all, Tony, this is not a good look.
Doesn't look good, Tony, people don't like it.
It's not good.
And CBS News said that it was, quote, a revolving door of people. It was just people in and out. They didn't stay, and then someone else is in. So, and that's a little tumultuous when you're like people don't like to see that.
No.
So the thing I found interesting with this story is that the Fed started investigating Mack, and this is according to CBS News, like very shortly after he took office, like 2 months into his term.
Sometimes you could just look at somebody and go, uh-oh.
Yeah, so
something's going on.
Yes, but the article didn't say, they never said like why. The FBI never came out to say why they decided to look into him. You know what I mean? So like, were they tipped off like something, or did they know before he was getting into office? I don't know, but they very early on were like, let's look into this dude. So I really couldn't find much on why he was shady. You know, I'm like, what could it have been that they are suspicious about, you know? But I did find an article from WHY that cites his former campaign manager, Jarrell Blakely, saying that he witnessed issues with Mack early on. He said, quote, "This guy was totally out to lunch. He violated every type of good government. His own business administrator said he didn't believe in good government. I don't think Trentonians knew what they were electing when they elected him. I surely didn't."
Dang.
So that's his campaign manager. Like, not good.
And if you can present yourself one way to the voters and your campaign people, and then you're really something else,
that's shady.
Yeah.
So the New York Times reported shortly into his term that critics of Mack accused him of misusing the city's payroll to hire unqualified friends for important positions.
This is Kwame Kilpatrick vibe.
While overlooking major issues the city was facing. They believe that he was more concerned with small-scale projects such as parks and parades rather than addressing like the serious problems that the city was dealing with at the time. And the city was dealing with a lot of issues of poverty and just stuff that was way more important than like hosting a parade, you know? So another article from NBC4 New York went a little bit deeper into the revolving door of appointments, and the article notes that Mack had a string of scandals involving his inner circle. So this was like, I was like, what? So his housing director resigned due to a theft conviction. His chief of staff was caught attempting to purchase heroin, and his half-brother, who he promoted at the city water plant, was arrested for stealing. So,
not good.
Not good. He's just got like people around him that
doesn't have a good picker.
Things. Yeah. So the article further notes that a former Parks Department employee sued the mayor in 2011, the year prior to his arrest. So he gets arrested in 2012, and the year prior to that, she sues him, alleging that she was fired because she refused to give jobs to the mayor's friends and to distribute federal grant money to those who didn't apply. She also claimed that she was let go for investigating missing city funds. The ex-employee said that her replacement was a Mack supporter who never showed up to work despite earning $40,000 a year.
Dang!
Yeah. So, the major incident.
Let's go!
So this is coming directly from the FBI report, and I'm just kind of paraphrasing from there. So Tony Mack, this guy, Gio Gianni. I can't wait to get into.
Hello.
And Raphael Mack, who's his brother, accepted approximately $119,000 in cash and other valuables. They agreed to accept $100,000 from two cooperating witnesses in exchange for this parking lot deal, which was owned by the city of Trenton at a much lower price than the original proposal.
Dang.
The defendants plan to divert $100,000 of the purchase amount as a bribe and kickback payment to Gio Gianni and Tony Mack. And they went to they went to far lengths to try to cover this up, to keep Tony Mack safe from, and I'm just saying Tony Mack because his brother's involved too, safe from law enforcement. And Gio Gianni and his brother, Raphael, acted as intermediaries or buffers. And every time I hear buffer, I'm like, the Corleone family had a lot of buffers. So he acted like this buffer in between, and they avoided discussing matters related to the scheme over the telephone, and they used code words and aliases to communicate.
Wow.
One such code word was Uncle Remus, which was Gianni and this other guy regularly used to communicate that a corrupt payment had been received. And the defendants also concealed their activities by holding meetings concerning the corrupt activity away from City Hall. And they went to Gio Gianni's residence. They also went to a restaurant that Gio Gianni ran at the time, known as JoJo's Steakhouse. That was his nickname. And his clubhouse and other Atlantic City restaurants.
Oh my God.
And at one Atlantic City meeting, Tony Mack instructed Gio Gianni to ensure that no photographs were taken to conceal the corrupt arrangement. So, according to CBS News, because he was like under this legal scrutiny already, he was dealing with financial woes, the feds, they set all of this up, this whole fake parking lot deal. So they send the people in saying, we'll give you $100,000, this land is worth $200,000. we want to do the parking lot. So instead of paying the $200, you can say you'll give it to us for $100 and we'll kick that other $100,000 to you.
Yeah.
And it will be $270 or whatever. You know what I mean? Like to save some money along the way.
Dang.
So Mack allegedly took the bait and he agreed to use his influence to support this non-existent parking lot project.
It's such a big offer. You should know right away it's fake as hell. I mean, come on.
So Alex Zidane of the New Jersey Times added more details from the complaint. He said that Gio Gianni accepted 2 envelopes with $1,500 each from a cooperating witness and planned to give one envelope to Tony Mack in exchange for Mack's support in developing a city-owned lot. Gio Gianni then texted Mack about the payment using the code word Uncle Remus. Raphael Mack was a go-between for the cash as well. So like he gave the cash to the brother, then the brother gives it to Mack, right? And then Gio Gianni is the guy working with these witnesses. So that's how they kind of figured it out. And then on June 8th, 2012, a cooperating witness entered JoJo's Steakhouse with $25,000 in cash, split between 3 different folios, which were like large envelopes, and 2 had $10K each and a third had 5. And the witness allegedly said, quote, "I appreciate your help, got good books to read," and handed the money over. And he took it and then distributed, however he wanted. So this is Mack's story, but I have to say, some of the quotes from Gio Gianni, were gold to me, and I wanted to read a couple. So they caught him on tape talking about Tammany Hall and Boss Tweed and how he wanted to be like him, and and he's like this sort of like gangster guy, and he was 500 pounds at one time. Like he's this huge dude, and he's no bueno, and I'm going to tell you later, like he did a very disgusting thing and he should rot in jail. But he said, one thing about the Mack administration, when I say that it's me and Mack, we're not greedy. We're corruptible. We want anybody to make a buck. And I'm there to buffer the thing where, take the weight. Going to jail's my business. It ain't his.
This is caught on tape? What a fucking dummy. What are you doing? What are you doing?
So stupid. So ultimately, they end up, Mack, his brother, and JoJo get arrested.
But the thing about that quote is that men are
He's like, look at me, I'm going to go to jail for you.
Yes, they can't help it. They can't help it. They've got a crow.
Yeah.
God damn it. It's going to be the fall of you guys.
I know.
Look at me thing.
Look at me. So JoJo, they all get arrested. JoJo P.S. was already a convicted sex offender.
Oh, no.
And that JoJo's Steakhouse, he had a sandwich shop, and it was a young girl. It was a 14-year-old girl. So, but, the po-po bugged JoJo, so then they all got in a lot of trouble. So
good.
There they go.
Yeah.
But once arrested, local activists wanted Mack to resign. He did it.
No,
he didn't. So, and even prior to the arrest, a citizens group was trying to do a recall election on Mack, but their attempts failed, according to Alex Zidane of the Times, New Jersey. Mack simply denied all the allegations. He claimed that his brother was no go-between with JoJo, and the only thing his brother helped him with was paying his bills. And this man stayed in office for the entire 2 years that he was on trial.
Oh my God!
They collected money.
Did they try to force him out?
They tried. He wouldn't step down, and they couldn't do he remained. He remained. He was out on bail, and he worked for 2 years knowing, that he's guilty.
Wow.
It's crazy to me. So the charges. Conspiracy to obstruct and affect interstate commerce by extortion under color of official right. Attempted obstruction of commerce by extortion under the color of official right. So there was conspiracy and then attempted obstruction. And then accepting and agreeing to accept bribes, 2 counts of wire fraud and mail fraud. So he was found guilty in February of 2014 by a jury who took about a day to reach the verdict in the case. So the sentencing. According to the FBI's press release, Mack got 58 months in prison, which is about 5 years like 4 years and 10 months. Raphael, his brother, got 30 months in prison for extortion and bribery. In addition, he had to pay $3,000 in fine and serve 100 hours of community service, and that was for Tony Mack.
Wow.
And U.S. Attorney Paul Fishman had this to say. Nearly 4 years ago, Tony Mack raised his hand and swore to uphold the state and federal constitutions as he assumed the office of mayor of the capital city of New Jersey. Within 10 weeks, he began selling that office, and with the help of his brother and others, he sold out the people of Trenton in the process. Today, he learned the true cost of his actions. He will spend 58 months in federal prison.
Wow.
And FBI Special Agent Aaron Ford said, this investigation brought to light the unsavory underworld of secret meetings with convicted felons, the calculated use of buffers and bagmen, and bribe payments associated with inside deals to give away the city's treasures, its property. The citizens of Trenton are entitled to political figures who discharge their duties with goodness of heart and not those motivated by personal gain.
Jesus.
I thought that was good, with the duties of goodness of heart. And then the aftermath. So ABC6 reported that he still remained in office after his conviction.
What?
He still did not step down.
What is going on in New Jersey? Don't you have any laws about this?
He was there for another 19 days until a judge had to physically
that's fucked up.
Remove him from office and strip him of his pension.
No, take him. If you're
Can
on
you believe that? For
like
19 days, you're convicted, and for another 19 days before you get sent to jail, you're still sitting in that seat.
I feel like if you're charged, you should be removed. They remove people for just being mentioned in a grand jury here.
It's ridiculous. According to WHYY, the city council then appointed an interim mayor, of course, until the next election cycle. And a BBC News article noted that Mack is, of course, ineligible to run for public office in the future due to that conviction.
Oh, thank God.
So, Jojo, he was not only involved in that scheme, but he was, like I said, convicted of the assault of the minor, and he was running Oxy out of his sandwich shop. So
Jesus.
He had done time for the assault of the girl, and then while he was in trouble for this, they realized he was running Oxy out of the sandwich shop. So he got and he also was arrested for having a weapon, and as a felon you can't have that. So he got all these other charges outside of that. And like I said, he was once close to 500 pounds, and supposedly a prosecutor claimed that Jojo, quote, ate his way out of jail the first time.
Jesus. I mean, we're going to start cutting people down at this point? Oh my God, prosecutor. It is Jersey, though.
It's Jersey.
It's Jersey.
So, I mean,
hey,
it's not nice.
Hey, you fat fuck. You want to go to jail or what?
Oh my God.
You motherfucker.
You motherfucker. So a 2012 New York Times article noted that when this went down, Mack was the third Jersey mayor to face charges.
Jeez.
The third. So another thing I found interesting from ABC6 was they said regarding his sentencing that it was his years in public service that factored into his sentencing being more lenient. And I get it. People in politics do a lot for their communities, but I am tired of this. Just because you sit in an elected seat doesn't mean that somehow you don't get to serve the same amount of time as any other Joe Schmo that would have committed the same equal crime as you. I just don't like that.
Well, I think 58, or it's
5 years.
Yeah, I think 5 years for what amounted to be a setup crime, right?
Yeah.
Who knows what he was doing before this? Probably a lot. They said to the employees and stuff, that's theft, if you ask me.
Yeah.
But, I think 5 years is a good sentence for that.
I think it's fine, but the fact that they said that it was because of his work, in the public sector or whatever it is, he deserves this leniency. And it's no, you corrupted the very office you were elected to serve in. It should be worse.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And just recently, Raphael Mack, the brother, he was also convicted. Remember, he got 30 months. He just last year got a job with the New Jersey Department of Community Affairs as a staffer for the Lieutenant Governor Sheila Oliver. But the New Jersey Globe article headlined with the fact that he would probably be losing that job due to his prior conviction. It's how are you hiring this guy? Do you not vet? And I get it, you do have time.
I don't think they do.
You've already corrurupted, a state
office. You can't get involved in government. He can't be near government.
Well, there he was. So
what the fuck?
And that's the story of the scandal that brought down a city leader and the impact it had on the people of Trenton.
Nice. Very good, Tina.
Short and sweet.
I love it.
Yeah. So.
Okay.
That's all. Oh, tomorrow is the, and I only know this because, did you know that my husband and our dear friend Sarah have this beautiful connection with the royal family?
Right.
With
that's
the royal
right.
family.
That's right.
And yesterday, my husband was at home
with his crisps,
going through, because the coronation is tomorrow.
I'm well aware. It's ruining my feed everywhere.
And
I don't give a fuck
he
about
was
King
like,
Charles.
oh look, King Charles is going to be eating this, and we should try to make that. And oh my God, what is Sarah? Is Sarah going to be watching it? And what does Sarah think? I said, well, let me text. And she's like, oh my God, I was looking at recipes too.
This
and
is
oh
shocking.
My God. And so like, I'm like the go-between between these two lovely people in my life who love the royals.
I
the
can't.
royalists. It's adorable.
Listen to me when I tell you that this is
He's
the
waking
last
up
thing
early.
I could have ever expected over here. This
It's
is
from my husband.
Yes,
you
Sarah.
See my husband walking around. You would never think he's a royalist, but my God, he knows. You ask him anything about the royal family, he is getting up at the crack of dawn to watch this tomorrow morning. Yes. And when the queen died, my God, it was days in my house with the queen.
I could give a fuck. I couldn't give a fuck.
But
I will be sleeping tomorrow after my karaoke hangover like this.
But don't you think it's so cute that like the two of them?
No, it's adorable.
It's
adorable.
It's so adorable. I'm like,
but I also just, you know, when you talk about your husband, it's like peeling a layer back every time.
I know.
I go, wait, what happened?
It's very interesting. It's very interesting.
Never stop surprising your partner.
Yeah. It's just, I'm like, okay.
Tina's going to be up making fish and chips tomorrow at 5 a.m.
Or no, it's all these fancy ass dishes. And I'm like, well, maybe sandwiches. I don't know. And whatever. He's got to put the time in. Because we're in the playoffs. My son's in the playoffs.
Soccer.
Yeah,
so that's awesome.
We got to do that. Anyway, that's it.
Well, I'll see you in a few minutes.
Okay.
But we'll see you guys next week.
Yes.
Bye. Oh, bye.